Hey, you're not ready, Dosser, are you?
Man, some water.
You big bum.
Or an ice pack, because you got an ill head right now.
Yeah, I will have ill fists in a minute if you
and
keep
after the
on.
fight, he's going to have a knot on his head.
I'm going to go with my boy, Del Boy, Waterzora, for a stoppage. Get up there, Derek! Come on! It's coming up.
No one to get this misconstrued. I don't want anyone to get this mistaken here as our friendship. You understand? But I want you to know when that night of the fight comes, that will switch off. You will see two enemies in the ring that's gonna try to whoop each other. I told Derek, I want you to try to kill me because I need that. I need that.
With Tyson, but you know what? I always wanted to fight him. And people always ask me, why? Why do you want to do that for? I just want to fight him. But coming back on the selling point, the way we're doing it right now is going great because I think we're doing good numbers. And one of my favorite things for this whole weekend, I introduced him to fish and chips.
Derek's going to hurt that rat. And the moment instantly exploded when Tyson Fury crashed the press conference, stealing the spotlight from Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora. Fury openly mocked Wilder, flipping the entire room against him with pure confidence. This wasn't hype anymore. It felt like a direct public disrespect aimed straight at Wilder.
Rather than retaliating and hate on somebody, this man really does have mental health issues, it's evident to see. And rather than just go back and forward with him and yada yada yada, saying he's deluded and all that, I'm just going to pray for him and I'm going to ask God to help him.
Hideo Ladipo described Derek Chisora grinding through brutal sparring sessions alongside Tyson Fury, while Deontay Wilder had already flown back to America. That dedication and unity fuel the belief that Chisora is preparing to outwork and outfight Wilder on fight night.
Wilder was tired, and I think he's actually flown back to America. So it was me, Chisora, and Lethal B in the hottest sauna I've ever experienced. And I like to do the sauna now and again because I think it's really good for the body. So I was like, yeah, this is easy. It wasn't easy. So what I tried to do, remember this story about
Tyson Fury questioned the logic behind Deontay Wilder's long-running cheating accusations, pointing out that Wilder rebuilt his entire team and training setup after the loss, completely weakening the excuse narrative. Fury stayed calm and confident, while Wilder's claims continue to sound like frustration rather than facts.
Here's something that I think I need to say. It's like, Wilder said that I only won the second fight because I cheated, but then he goes and changes his whole team and does all this extra training and trains as hard as he's ever trained and brought on all his team and all that. So I asked the question is, if I only won because I cheated, what was the point in changing everything and doing all this other work? Can anybody answer that question? I know he can't, doesn't have the brains to.
Deontay Wilder tried to hype his relentlessness, saying he'll do whatever it takes to win, but the bravado feels forced next to Derek Chisora's steady preparation and Tyson Fury's calm confidence. Wilder sounds desperate, while Chisora looks ready to prove it in the ring.
They're so bundled up, you can't even tell who's who, what's going on here. Outside of obviously the height advantage for Deontay Wilder. One thing I will say is I've met Derek Chisora before, but I met Deontay Wilder at the Ring Awards. By the way, the Ring Awards.
Deontay Wilder talked about going all out and hitting wherever he can, but it sounded like empty bravado compared to Derek Chisora's disciplined approach. Chisora is calm, methodical, and mentally prepared, while Wilder comes off reactive and desperate. With Tyson Fury backing Chisora, it's clear Wilder will face a focused fighter ready to exploit every weakness in the ring.
Everything in the kitchen sink, you can add the toaster, the blender, and everything else he's gonna bring. He hit you in places that you don't want to be hit, and he don't care. He wants to win. He's gonna do whatever it takes to win. And that's
Tyson Fury brushed off Deontay Wilder's constant cheating claims, showing his mental strength and focus on the bigger picture. He refused to let the noise shake him, and that calm energy carries over to Derek Chisora going into the fight. Fury's poise only highlights Wilder's lack of control, exposing him as someone leaning on excuses instead of strategy. Chisora looks mentally stronger, giving him the edge when it matters most.
You don't hear me crying and moaning about, oh my God, he cheated. You don't hear any of that shit, because that's not me. it is what it is. No point crying over spilled milk.
Derek Chisora showed full confidence as he embraced being the favorite. Backed by Tyson Fury, his mindset looks unshakable, not just supported by the odds, but by fans and his team's belief. That mental edge could be decisive. Wilder may have power, but Chisora's preparation, experience, and Fury's backing make him the real threat in the ring.
Yeah, I went down and you see Tyson Fury was giving him a BJ.
He's Tyson's picked you to win this. A lot of people have picked you. Have you been shocked by? You are the favourite going into this. Looking at the bookies, you are the favourite. Does that shock you?
I don't know. Thank God the bookies love me now.
Ade Oladipo reflected on Deontay Wilder's struggles, suggesting that while losses are part of boxing, Wilder never fully recovered mentally from his defeats to Tyson Fury. That psychological weakness gives Derek Chisora something to exploit. With Chisora's confidence strengthened by Fury's guidance, he looks more likely to control the pace and pressure. Wilder still has power and experience, but his history against calm, relentless opponents makes Chisora the favorite in this clash.
Wilder's been through a lot, you know. Wilder's been through a lot. It's not just the defeats in the ring. I think he can maybe accept those defeats because it ultimately comes with being a boxer. Not everyone's going to be an Andre Ward or Shakur Stevenson or Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford or Joe Calzaghe, right? Fighters that have never suffered defeats. I think most will. That's just how it is. So I think he's accepted the losses. Apart from the ones to Tyson Fury.
Liam Goff pointed out that Deontay Wilder keeps clinging to unfounded cheating claims against Tyson Fury, showing he can't move on mentally. That obsession weakens his focus and leaves him vulnerable under pressure. In contrast, Derek Chisora stays clear-headed and disciplined, unaffected by distractions. With Fury openly backing Chisora, the psychological edge is clear. Wilder enters with baggage, while Chisora steps in confident and ready to dominate.
Running with the idea that Tyson Fury cheated, and he's actually claiming now that that's the reason why Tyson Fury isn't allowed back in the States, in spite of the fact that the trilogy fight. So bear in mind all these allegations of Tyson Fury cheating, which is all they are, allegations. He says he has proof. Well, he's been saying that for 6 years now, and he hasn't shown any evidence of it. He's saying that why isn't Tyson Fury suing him for defamation?
Wade Plemons broke down the physical matchup, noting Wilder's reach but stressing Derek Chisora's experience and timing. While Wilder looks intimidating on paper, Chisora's awareness and skill make him dangerous enough to neutralize those advantages. With this possibly being Chisora's retirement fight, the stakes are massive. Backed by Tyson Fury and sharp tactical preparation, Chisora's resilience, intelligence, and confidence suggest Wilder's reach alone won't be enough, setting the stage for a potential shock victory.
Wilder, and when you think of someone's height, like they say he's 6'7", don't do the meme. It's dead. Bury it. He didn't look as tall as I thought he would be in person, but what I did notice is he had a crazy reach, like an insane arm length. I know that sounds weird, but I'm always like trying to size people up. Anyway, this is an awesome fight for the first debut card of Misfits Pro. I love the fight. Queensberry is involved. Like I said, Derek Ward Chisora, this will be his retirement fight.
Wilder tries to project respect and sportsmanship, but it comes off as over-explaining and masking uncertainty. His focus on image contrasts sharply with Derek Chisora's straightforward, aggressive mindset. Chisora thrives under pressure, while Wilder seems distracted by narrative and perception. With Tyson Fury's support, Chisora appears mentally sharper and more ready, leaving Wilder at risk of being outpaced and outthought once the bell rings.
I'm a people's person. I don't meet strangers, you know what I mean? So being able to be in front of my opponent is a beautiful thing for me. It shows you the gentlemanship that we have with each other, the respect that we have for each other. But on the night of the fight, you'll see two different people, like we didn't know each other. And for me, that is even more powerful than two guys just looking mad at each other, trying to find something to sell a fight. We don't have to sell the fight that way. We can sit right here as gentlemen and tell each other how we feel about each other, but on the night of the fight, this is how it's gonna be, and I think that's even more better and exciting than all the other stuff, the chaos. I know people wanna see all the talking and all that stuff, but it's a time.
Eddie Hearn calls Derek Chisora the underdog, but that only shows how underestimated he is. Wilder's power is undeniable, yet Chisora's resilience, determination, and Fury's backing make him capable of surviving the early storm. History shows underrated fighters can shock the world, and Chisora's experience and mental toughness could let him weather Wilder's best and claim victory later. This makes the Brit an exciting and dangerous contender, ready to turn the odds in his favor.
I believe that Derek Chisora can beat Deontay Wilder.
I think he's a big underdog in the fight, and I think he may also get knocked out in the fight. If he gets past 5 or 6 rounds with Deontay Wilder, he's banging that fight. He might not get through 5 or 6 rounds with Deontay Wilder, but he's fighting.
Adam Smith admitted it could be a 50-50 fight, but noted that Wilder's prime is likely behind him. While his punching power is still dangerous, he hasn't looked sharp or consistent since the Fury trilogy. Derek Chisora, by contrast, keeps grinding, staying active, gaining experience, and maintaining conditioning. His mental toughness and consistent preparation give him a strategic edge over Wilder's reliance on raw power. When the fight comes, Chisora's experience, resilience, and Fury-backed confidence make him capable of surviving the early storm and taking control as the bout progresses. Preparation and composure could outweigh brute strength in this clash.
It's a fantastic, almost, you could say a 50-50. We don't know what Wilder's got left. Obviously, he possesses the biggest, probably single punch power since an Ernie Shavers, but he didn't look great. Well, hasn't looked great, has he, for the last couple of years, probably since the Fury trilogy. And Derek continues to keep grinding results out, and once that 50th fight, it would be a fantastic build-up. We know it looks like it will be announced. I'm hearing April. I just think it's a great battle.
Frank Warren warned about Wilder's sheer knockout power, possibly the hardest in heavyweight history, but that only highlights Derek Chisora's courage and willingness to face danger head-on. Backed by Tyson Fury, Chisora enters the fight mentally prepared and resilient. Wilder's power alone won't decide the outcome. Experience, ring IQ, and composure matter, and Chisora has all three. Warren's warning shows just how monumental a victory it would be if Chisora weathers Wilder's shots and imposes his own game plan, proving strategy, stamina, and heart can overcome raw strength.
That's the one fighter that, out of all of them, I just think it'd be a disaster for him. Doesn't need that, he's just, if he was going to fight on, but don't do that. That's it's the hardest punch in heavyweight, probably in heavyweight history. I think if you look at the stats, and I just think if Derek, and I think he's probably a little bit older than me, Derek. So I just think whatever condition you're in, is you're going up against a guy who punches harder than anyone else.
Tyson Fury's backing of Derek Chisora is loud and decisive. Fury praises Chisora's heart, resilience, and experience, showing the Brit is mentally and physically ready to challenge Wilder. Calling him a warlord and comparing him to champions across eras signals Fury's belief that Chisora can not only survive Wilder's punches, but dominate with strategy, timing, and grit. Power and fame may be Wilder's, but Fury's confidence makes it clear Chisora has the heart, experience, and preparation to shock the world and won't be intimidated by Wilder's reputation or size.
So I've just seen that Chisora and Deontay Wilder are going to do a fight. I think this is a great fight. I've fought both of these men 3 times each, actually. Just thought of that. And I think it's a very, very good fight. But on this one, I'm going to go with my boy, Del Boy, War Chisora for a stoppage. Get up there, Derek! Come on! It's coming home. And there should be a belt on the line too. So one of you sanctioning bodies, you got 2 legendary fighters here. A champion, world champion with 10 title defences from the USA. And an absolute warlord from the United Kingdom who's fought everybody, never ducked anybody, and would have been a good heavyweight in any era.
Adam Smith called it a cracking matchup, but his analysis highlights Derek Chisora's advantages over Wilder despite similar power. Chisora's experience, ring IQ, and mental toughness make him the more complete fighter. While Wilder relies on raw power, Chisora's timing, resilience, and fight IQ, backed by Fury's support and strategic mindset, give him a clear plan: survive the early storm, control the tempo, and exploit weaknesses. This veteran clash is perfectly poised for a Chisora upset if he executes with patience and composure.
A cracking matchup because, they're both at the veteran stage of their careers, and they've both got power and that it's going to be exciting. And yeah, it's probably the perfect match.
Backed by Tyson Fury and a career built on resilience and fearlessness, Derek Chisora shows that raw power alone, like Wilder's devastating punches, can't beat composure, strategy, and mental toughness. Chisora has proven he can endure punishment, adapt, and impose his own pace. Fury's public support reinforces that Wilder must respect him. The British veteran can absorb early aggression, control the center, and turn pressure into opportunity. If Wilder wins, it proves he still has knockout power. But if Chisora shocks the world, it's a statement that experience, heart, and preparation triumph over brute force. The mental edge clearly favors Chisora. Fans, comment below who you think will dominate when the bell rings.